This is the Costa Rica PMO newsletter podcast, an interview show hosted by me, Daniel Gavilan. My guest today is Francisco Salas. He is currently part of the team of PMs working on an advanced cloud and innovation lab for IBM. He has over 20 years of experience in IT projects, selling, deployment, and integration, over 10 years experience as a PM in IT, enterprise transform and transitioning. He's also a certified PMP and has been an IBMer for a little over a year. Without further ado, I would like to welcome you, Fran, to the show. Fran, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Tell us a little bit about what you do in the PMO.
Well, I specifically work as project manager for the Advanced Cloud and Innovation Lab. That's a special lab that was created by IBM, where we can do the proof of concepts of new ideas and projects that go to specifically to the cloud. So the main intention of this lab is to reduce the time to market of new products, not only from IBM, but also from third parties that want to test on smart cloud technologies, and they want to make an experiment and test innovation before any product is released to the market.
And what kind of clients do we handle in this branch?
Well, there are many different projects. We have big names as AT&T, for example. There are also banks. There are many projects around the software as a service.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about software as a service and the kind of projects?
Well, the whole cloud market has been evolving in the last years from coming from an infrastructure as a service or platform as a service to a software as a service. And it's going even forward to business products or services as a service. And we are developing many new products in that area, even in mobile computing, in mobile telephony, in cloud. I cannot give you many details because many of these projects have a lot of confidential information, but there's a lot of developing right now also on OpenStack, which is open architecture that IBM has endorsed as the technical base for the new future of cloud around smart cloud. And also there's we have a ton of work around SoftLayer. SoftLayer has been probably the biggest acquisition that IBM has made this year, which was a company already running in Dallas, hosted in Dallas, with 21,000 customers worldwide. And now we are integrating the whole company into smart cloud and using their technology also as a medium to catch up on a huge market that IBM didn't have the presence that usually has in bigger markets. So we are right now moving many of the technologies that we have in smart cloud to SoftLayer and to OpenStack.
Cool. And tell us a little bit about the problems, issues, and risks that you normally face in these kind of projects.
Well, that's an interesting question because as a lab, an innovation lab, the risks are enormous. We actually, sometimes I say that we do not manage projects, but we manage risks. Mm-hmm. Because there are so many risks when we start a project. Many of these projects, when they started, they're just an idea from a business perspective. We want to do this in 1 year, or we want to market this in 18 months. But
so would you say that the risks are more related to schedule more than scope?
No, everything.
Everything.
For example, in this case, a VP in Europe, for example, we want to do a special product for the Eastern European market, smaller countries. and we want to do this in cloud. And I need this, you guys design a solution for this, but we don't know how to do it. So they come to our tower, and we start with the architects, software architects, infrastructure architects, Purefix architects, and start designing a possible solution. But that's a technical solution. But we first have to design a business solution. So sometimes we have to start projects without a defined scope, just a business scope. And that comes with a lot of risks.
Are you familiar with Agile?
Yes.
Would you say that's something that you guys would look into, since I have a sense that it's a changing. The projects change a lot in scope and in schedule.
Agile, it's not a framework, but it's more a set of methodologies that let you manage a project differently from waterfall projects. And the advantages of Agile is that they're quite unique and flexible, that lets you manage a project that it's ever changing. Changes all the time. Scope changes, deliverables changes, milestones changes. So on waterfall methodologies, which are also valuable in many of the projects, and in some cases I use both, depending on the project. You have once defining a plan, and you have defining milestones, you can set up a schedule. And when something changes, the project, then you have an alert. In innovation projects, you cannot apply that kind of mind of thinking or way of thinking. In innovation projects, everything changes on a daily basis. So you cannot have a definite scope. You have to build something. Meanwhile, the scope is changing. So we are building the scope at the same time we need to deliver a product. So we try to shorten the distance between milestones. We have daily meetings to manage the changes of that specific day. Next day we have a lot of different changes. So change management, it's treated completely different. There's no change request because it's impossible to have to manage change requests on a daily basis for each program. Right. So it's a set of methodologies that helps a lot on innovation projects. And indeed, we use several of the techniques of Agile in innovation.
Interesting. How many PMs are there working on cloud on our Costa Rica PMO?
Well, right now there are 4 in the delivery. Those are the new ones. The delivery team in cloud, they are transitioning products already to cloud. They're working on SAP or different technologies that were already running, and they need to migrate those solutions to cloud, mostly on Smart Cloud Enterprise SE+. Those are 4 PMs working on cloud, and 5, including me. I'm still the only one in the innovation lab. In the innovation lab, we build the solutions that probably the delivery team is going to be implementing in 18 months, 2 years, something like that.
What kind of skills would you say a cloud PM needs?
Well, that depends on the role. In a delivery role, you need a basic understanding of networking, architecture, IT architecture, and most of all, to understand how to follow a plan and to have a very good communication with the technical teams and the sponsor of the projects. On the innovation lab, it's a little bit different. You need a little bit more skills on the IT background, especially if you good to have Citrix, VMware, virtualization. If you happen to have OpenStack, which is very unique skill, not easy to get at this moment. I hopefully see more people around OpenStack in the near future. And you need to have much deeper knowledge about architectures, diagrams, software deployment. You need to have expertise in software deployment, definitely.
Okay, what would you say it's in the near future for cloud?
Well, in IBM, definitely the near future goes around soft layer. Soft layer, yeah, definitely. The coming months will be everything moving to soft layer. And that's a big change, and that's a very rapid approach for deploying customers. We are working around in several different APIs and technologies around soft layer to even make it more faster to the market, to have more metrics, which is a very IBM style to do things, to have metrics and everything. So we are working on that already. And everything is going to move around soft layer, at least the small to medium sized projects. On the higher end, there are many new technologies where probably in 1 year or two, we are going to see very interesting solutions, especially around the open architecture, where you and the customer will not be necessarily fixed with any specific technology. And IBM has the capability to provide a service without having any restriction to a specific technology to the customer. So that's a very interesting approach that IBM is making, because that means that a customer in 1 or 2 years can move from any kind of supplier to IBM. And probably the little bit looking more ahead, 5 years from now, we will see solutions where you can move not only virtual machines from one cloud to other, but you can move from one provider to other. In 5 years from now, you can move a cloud from one provider to other. And that changes the game completely different.
I understand.
Because you have to have, let's say, a big leagues championship. And very few companies have the infrastructure to manage that. And IBM has it. And has the people, and has the technology, and has the innovation to do that. So I believe definitely IBM will have a lead in that area. As also in HPC, in analytics, definitely. That will be a market that IBM will lead in cloud. All the high-performance computing and analytics over cloud.
That's very interesting. Well, Frank, I know you're a very busy man, and we all are. We got to go back to work. It's been very interesting talking to you. I hope we can do this again sometime. And I want to say to all those out there who want to be a part of the cloud team, you know what it takes now. You know where we're going in IBM. And if you want to be a part of that team, all you got to do is contact us. If you have the qualifications, we'll put you in there.
Yeah, and my last words will be, the future of computing will be cloud, and the future of cloud will be IBM.
Interesting. Thank you very much, man.
Welcome.